Debonair. Okay.
How did the game say it, y'all? She was eye candy in the double XL, hopped off the page and on a skateboard with Pharrell. I knew she wouldn't get far, cause $500 can't get you that far. How'd you get that far? And all these new video vixens wanting to be Melyssa Ford, but they don't know Melyssa Ford drive a Honda Accord. She a video vixen, but behind closed doors, she'll do whatever it takes to get to the Grammy Awards. That song, one of my favorite songs by the game, featuring Kanye West, had to have been one of the realest bars we ever heard in hip hop. For those who don't know, I'm a hip hop head, so these bars are tattooed in my brain. But that's a fact. He said $500 can't get you that far. How did you get that far? Allegedly, she was sleeping with these rappers. Allegedly, she was sleeping with these people that runs the Double XL front page magazine. And if y'all remember, Double XL used to be, no disrespect to Double XL, but used to be the sugar honey iced tea in the goddamn black community. Double XL, Oprah. Well, Oprah's still huge, but Oprah magazines, Ebony magazines. Do y'all remember these? Hell, East Bay magazines. I'm a '90s baby. So here we have Melyssa Ford, y'all, still single, and she has something to say as far as as far as not being married, as far as not having kids. Let's hear what she has to say because the game dropped that song. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that year. It had to have been like '04, '06, something like that. Damn near 20 years later, we still asking, how did you get this far? Let's get into this video, y'all.
I love it. I love it. I love I I love my life. I really, really, really do. And I just don't have to justify it to anybody. I don't need to convince anybody at all. If you're not convinced, I don't care. I really don't, So that's where things sit with me, girl.
And the thing about it is, anybody who's like, why have to repeat it so much if it's true? Because it's never been said before.
That's a fact.
It's never been said before.
Yeah,
and there are millions of women who have been waiting to hear someone like you advocate for the lifestyle that you have, for the freedom, for the sense of self, for the sense of safety that you have.
And exactly. And that's another reason why when they say, oh, well, she's trying to convince other women to, follow in her path and not have babies and not get married. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Like I said, whatever floats your boat, go ahead and do that. But for the women who are sitting with those conflicting feelings of, yeah, I kind of agree with Melyssa, like the marriage and kids thing, it never really did resonate with me, and I feel pressure. Well, I'm here to give a name to it for you. I'm here to show you what it looks like when you jump across the line and you just embrace your truth. You embrace who you really actually want to be so that you can thrive from that point. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of flux. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of confusion of, should I, shouldn't I? Well, this is expected of me, blah, blah, blah. Once you let go of what you believe are everybody else's expectations of you, and you really sit and think to yourself, my life is my gift and I can do what I want with it. And I think that this is what I want with it, whatever that may be. That is the greatest moment in anybody's life.
Before we get into part two, um,
Here to get
my whole thing is this, ladies. It's so disappointing. I believe Mrs. Melyssa Ford is like 45 or 50. It's a damn shame that such a beautiful young lady. If y'all remember, Melyssa Ford was, oh my God, cream of the crop. Everybody wanted damn Melyssa Ford. But this is the perfect example of someone wasting their prime years, throwing their life away, being a allegedly 304. Sleep. Well, I can't even say allegedly because we we got proof that she was messing with these goddamn rappers. But whatever, I'm gonna still say allegedly. Ain't nobody suing me. Spending your whole entire youth being a 304 allegedly. Same thing with what's her name? Vivica Fox, right? Same thing. You could have been a wife. You could have had kids. Don't sit here and try to pretend now all of a sudden, well, I never wanted kids. I never wanted marriage. In majority, women do, first of all, want kids, but want marriage. She has now aged out of the dating world. She is not considered the cream of the crop anymore. A lot of dudes will sit there, pull up, and try to hit. Hell yeah, we gonna hit. But will we cuff? Will we settle down? Will we hit raw? Well, I won't hit raw. I don't know about y'all. I know there's some dudes out there that will hit raw. But will we hit raw? Will we put a ring on her goddamn finger? Will we bring her around our family, our friends, our relatives, whatever the case may be? Hell no. And that is the truth of the matter. And I can guarantee you, women such as her, women such as Vivica A. Fox, women such as Ebony K. Williams, and all the countless others, they know this. They understand this. Are they bitter about it? I don't think so. She doesn't seem bitter about it. She doesn't seem mad or upset. I don't think that she is upset or mad about it. Disappointed probably, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to sit there and tell me, y'all not going to look me in my eye and tell me, y'all, if I was able to build a time machine and snap my fingers and put Melyssa Ford back at 22 years old, 25 years old, back when she was at the goddamn prime, the face of damn double XL. Y'all want to tell me she wouldn't do a lot of things differently? Y'all not gonna look at me and tell me that she wouldn't lay down with so many other damn dudes. Y'all want to sit there and tell me she wouldn't make her not make she wouldn't do her due diligence to find the love of her life, get married and have kids and have a family? You are out of your mind if you say otherwise, because I can almost guarantee you 99.9% of women that's in her shoes will go back and do so many things differently. And fellas, what do I always, ladies too, but fellas, what do I always tell y'all boys? If you see a woman that's 30, 35 years old, hell, I'll even say 40, but let's just say 30, 35. If you see a woman that's 30 to 35 years old, gorgeous as hell, fine, never been married, whatever the case may be, probably don't have kids, maybe she do have kids, but no, don't got kids. I tell y'all boys all the time, 9 times out of 10, she probably already found her husband. She just messed it up. She ruined it. Because how many men, y'all boys, ladies too, but fellas, how many men do y'all think she had in her friend zone? How many men that knew her personally, that probably went to school with her or whatever the case may be, or maybe was a neighbor or whatever, met her in whatever walk of life? How many men y'all gonna look me in my eye and tell me tried to settle down with her, but she refused to settle down with them because he ain't have a Rolex. He ain't have no brand new Mercedes or no big ass 3-story mansion or whatever the case may be. He wasn't a rapper. He wasn't a celebrity figure. How many men? Let's get into part two. But when we're having these types of conversations, when we're talking about these types of topics, y'all, they don't want to talk about this. Oh, well, I lived my life. I was happy. I was so thankful. And I'm so this and I'm so that. Oh, life is just so great. I got a lot of homegirls that's just, I mean, they're not as old as her, but I have a lot of homegirls that's literally in her shoe. Guess what? They do the same thing. They get on social media, posting all they goddamn kids. Oh, we're just having such a great time. Oh, look at me in New York. Look at me in Seattle. Look at me in California. Look at me in Texas. Look at me in Arizona. We're just having a great time. Oh, we're on a flight. We got our passports. We're going to Europe. We're going to Africa. Y'all know how many times I be on the phone with them and they be crying, bawling their eyes out. Dev, where did I go wrong? Dev, I just can't stand this. I hate this. Dev, I just can't understand. Dev, another night and I'm sitting in my bed. I'm laying in my bed and I'm alone, Dev. I'm alone, crying. Some of them even contemplated taking their own life. And I would have to beg them, yo, you got kids in the other room. How would your kids feel waking up seeing their mother dead in their bed that next morning when they find you? But they love trying to make it seem like it's just the best thing ever. Let's get into part two, y'all. I don't know what I've been talking about.
Everyone's like, oh, you're going to die alone. I'm just like, that might be how I get to an old age is by being alone. Because when you hear cases like Giselle Pellicott, who was married for 50 years, and for the last 10, her husband was drugging her and allowing men to come in her while she's unconscious. If you cannot trust the husband you've been with for 50 years, who the can you trust? That's crazy. It's not an isolated incident. It's not. We are finding out in real time that these are not isolated incidents. Terrifying. And
Let me say this. I always find it disappointing. I'm trying to think of the words. I'm sorry, y'all. Every single time when we're talking about these types of topics, I couldn't help but notice in majority, and I'm not saying only black women do this, but I do notice that black women do this. They try to make up, not really make up, they try to bring forth the most negative things, the most negative examples that they can use to justify why they are where they are today. How many of y'all have ever, first of all, I've never heard this story before, but how many of y'all do y'all know of women that's in situations like that where their husband is drugging them and damn near trafficking their goddamn wife out? That story is crazy. I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying that she's making this up. But how many of y'all, honestly, put in the comment section, how many of y'all know or heard of a woman that you know, not of a story like this, of someone that you know being in a situation such as this? That's crazy. This is insane. Disgusting, to say the least. How many? They constantly use the worst situation, the most disgusting reasons possible. Oh, well, this is the reason why I'm not married, because I could be in a situation. What? This is crazy. Using that as an example to justify why you don't want to be married or why you are avoiding marriage. Are you saying that majority of men, I'm not gonna say all, are you trying to say that majority of men are like that, so you don't want to take your chances as far as getting married because you don't want to end up in that same situation? What are we talking about here? Honestly, y'all, dead ass, what are we talking about? Because this is crazy. Let's keep going.
women are responding in kind. Like, dating? No, thank you. I'm going to be at home with my cats, my dogs, my birds, my girlfriends, my TV shows, my work that's fulfilling. I'm going to be at home with and pour into the things that pour back into me and try to lessen the risk to my life. I'm like a crime junkie, and there's something called victimology, where when a crime has been committed and somebody has ended up dying or being assaulted or whatever, they study victimology. What about the victim's life might have led to these circumstances, unfortunately. And in this day and age, dating, getting on an app, that's it. It could be just that simple. So I'm okay with being called a misandrist if it means I get to stay safe and enjoy my life.
Well, statistically, since the beginning of time, the most dangerous person in a woman's life has been the man who loves her. And so that hasn't changed. And it's terrifying and horrific that we're seeing that now. But these stories and these cases have always been there.
They love bringing these types of the worst stories ever, right? They love to bring those up because there's a narrative that they're trying to paint. There's a narrative that they're trying to paint as far as why women should stay single. Oh, you have a higher probability of staying alive. Ladies and gentlemen, people hurt people who are in their closest proximity. So yes, is there a possibility of your husband taking your own life? Sure, I'm not going to lie and say no, that doesn't happen. Yes, it does happen. But guess what also happens? You can also lose your life from a relative, from a family member, from your mother, your father, your sister, brother, cousins, from your goddamn homegirl and coworkers. Everyone, anyone. So no, I cannot accept these types of situations, mainly because they're only using this to try to paint their own dumb ass. It's a shame, man, because Melissa Ford is gorgeous. Even at her old age, I think she's like 40 or 50. Even at her old age right now, she's still beautiful, right? And if her mentality wasn't so warped, I can almost guarantee you she probably would be able to qualify for whatever man that she's looking for. But because she's so damaged, because she's so tarnished, because she's given her body, she has so many soul ties to so many goddamn men. Same thing with what's her name? Superhead. Corinne Stephen, whatever her name is, Superhead. She has so many soul ties. She cannot properly give herself to a man. She dug herself in the hole and now she can't get out. And so instead of her taking initiative, instead of her saying, "Hey, listen, I did this. I shouldn't have had done it. My bad. Well, ladies don't, don't do what I do. Learn from my mistakes." Instead of her doing that, now she's trying to damage other women. She's trying to taint other women by trying to use herself as an example, try to use the worst examples as an example. Being in echo chambers to the point where the host is even saying, "Oh yeah, well, we know that's statistically proven that we know that." You want to talk about statistics, also talk about how her own parents could unalive her. Her own siblings, cousins, grandparents could also unalive her, also too as well. But they don't want to talk about that. Why? Because it doesn't fit a certain narrative. Maybe y'all think differently, man. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, be safe for her, cuz.